Loud School-Wide Competition. This is our 16th annual one of these events, so we've been doing it for a long time. That means we've had some amazing audiences, we've had some amazing performers, and we're going to have some awesome performers today as well. These guys over here, you guys ready? Oh, they look nervous, but they're ready. So you've all done this in your classrooms. You know that it's hard to get up in front of people and to speak and do all of this stuff and have all these words memorized. So that's why we're going to be an amazing, supportive audience. We're going to stay nice and quiet while the performers are up here. We're going to silence our cell phones, put them away, not worrying about recording or anything. We've got B2B to do that. And then we're going to, of course, applaud for them when they're done because this is hard, right? Takes some courage. Performers, you are going to be wonderful. You're going to come on up here, and there's a little cheat sheet for you. It says to say your name, the poem title, and the poet. So just as a reminder, you can adjust the microphone if you need to, depending on your height. And you have taken somebody else's words, you've made them into your own, right? You've memorized by heart, that kind of thing that we talked about, at least in my class and Mrs. Laveroni's class. If for some reason, when you come up here, the words start to fall out of your brain, take a breath. There is nothing wrong with silence. We kind of live in a world where maybe we don't like silence so much, but it's okay. So take that breath, enjoy the silence, see if the words come back to you. If they don't, you just ask Mrs. Welch right there for a line. That's all you do. You say line. She's going to give you the next few words, and then you'll be off and going with what you need to do. If it's like a total train wreck and you would really like to start again, we believe in second chances here, so absolutely just say, can I start again? And that's what we do. You're going to be great. We have a couple people that we need to thank. Cape Cod 5 we write some grants, and they help to fund Poetry Out Loud at Barnesville High School, hopefully the Cobb grant also this year. And then we have our amazing, fabulous judges who are spending the day with us today. Local poet, performance artist, everything, Christine Ernst. Yes, my class, you read her poem. Warning, graphic image. This is her in person. Amazing local artist and author. You have probably read Wolf Hollow and Echo Mountain and all of the rest. Lauren Wolk. Amazing, awesome, former AP Literature English teacher at Barnesville High School, Christy Sally. And our accuracy judge is our curriculum coordinator, Laura Welch. So thank you to you guys for being with us today. And we are ready to begin. So here we go.
Hello, my name is Emma Sawyer. The poem I will be reciting today is Another One of the World's Liars by Mozhikov. Another one of the world's liars. Yep. I am just another one of the world's liars. Believe me, I have a few charms, worn out peddler's trinkets with grand names like beauty, friendship, truth, passion. Line. And this one's a real item. Sometimes I even buy it for myself. Love. Check my record. Odds are not in your favor. That I won't sell out my goods. Bolt by night, deny you 3 times before the cock has crowed. Line. Consider this fair warning. Never fall for my spiel. And if you do, and end up with damage done, Line? And end up with a huge bill. Never forgive me.
Hi, my name is Thomas Berger, and I'm presenting Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sound's a sweep of easy wind and downy flake. These woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep.
Hi, my name is Trinice, and the poem that I'm reciting is called When You Are Old by William Butler Yeats. When you are old and gray and full of sleep and nodding by the fire, take down this book and slowly read, and dream of the soft look your eyes had once, and of their shadows deep. How many loved your moments of glad grace and loved your beauty with love false or true. But one man loved the pilgrim soul in you, and loved the sorrows of your changing face. And bending down beside the glowing bars, murmur, a little sadly, how love fled, and paced upon the mountains overhead, and hid his face amid a crowd of stars. Thank you.
My name is Jacent Wilby. The poem I will be reciting is Respectability by Tina Boyer Brown. We ask our children to act calm, nervous, whatever innocent looks like when some cop shows his badge, pulls his gun, slows his car. We beg kids to say soft, yes, sirs. We beg kids to get on the hood of that car, empty their pockets, shut up, put your hands behind your head. No is an existential threat. 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 Never 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 is an existential threat. We dare ask for humility in the face of this oppression. We have no idea what the threat feels like, but we know. Brianna, Rakia, Sandra, Nia, Miriam, Charisse, Ahmad, Trayvon, Eric, Laquan, Michael, Philando, Stephan, Alton, Amadou, Akai, Quintonio, Rumai, John, Jordan, Jonathan, Ronaldo, Kendrick, Robert, Walter, Terrence, Freddie, Samuel, Tamir, and more, and more, and more. There are no open risks declaring our innocence that will confer peace where innocents need. Our children stand in front of doors, pages, words in the streets. They shut down, they shut down, they shut down the forces that burn against them. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Giovanni Da Silva, and I will be performing I Too by Langston Hughes. I too sing America. I am the darker brother. They send me to eat in the kitchen when company comes, but I laugh and eat well and grow strong. Tomorrow, I'll be at the table when company comes. Nobody will dare say to me, eat in the kitchen, then. Besides, they'll see how beautiful I am and be ashamed. I too am America.
Hi, my name is Larissa Souza, and I'm going to be reciting Stopping by the Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost, like that kid. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkness evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds a sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I promise to seek. And miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep.
Hi, my name is Grace Curley, and I'm going to be performing How to Triumph Like a Girl by Ada Limon. I like lady horses best, how they make it all look easy. Like running 40 miles per hour is as fun as taking a nap or grass. I like their lady horse swagger after winning. Ears up, girls, ears up. But mainly, let's be honest, I like that they're ladies. As if this big, dangerous animal is also a part of me, that somewhere inside the delicate skin of my body, there pumps an 8-pound female horse heart, giant with power, heavy with blood. Don't you want to believe it? Don't you want to lift my shirt and see the huge, beating genius machine that thinks? No, it knows. It's going to come in first.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Shelby LaCasio, and I'll be performing Invisible Children by Mariana Llanos. Invisible children fall through the cracks of the system like Alice in the rabbit hole. But these children won't find an eat me cake or a drink me bottle. They won't wake up in the lap of a loving sister. They open their eyes in the hand of a monster called negligence, who will poke them with his sharp teeth and bait them with his heartless laughter, like a wild thing in the wild rumpus. But these children won't awake to the smell of a warm supper, nor will they find a purple crayon to draw an escape door or window. Instead, they'll make a mirror out of a murky puddle on a city street, which won't tell them they're beautiful, but will show them their scars, as invisible to others as these children are. Thank you.
My name is Annette Winans. I will be reading Across the Bay by Donald Davy. A queer thing about those waters. There are no birds there, or hardly any. I did not miss them. I do not remember missing them, or thinking it uncanny. A beach so called was a binding splinter of limestone, a quarry outraged by hills. But we took pleasure in that. The emptiness, the hardness, in the silence. Wait, line? The hardness of the light, the silence, in the water stillness. Line? But this was the setting of one of our murderous scenes. This hurt and goes on hurting. The venomous soft jelly, the underside. We could stand the world if it were all handed over.
Hi, my name is Akila McIntosh, and I will be reading Poems by Nikki Grimes. I'm hardly ever able to sort through my memories and come away whole or untroubled. It is difficult to sift through the stones, the weighty moments, and known which is rare gem, which rock hold, which worthless shale or slate. So one by one, I drag them across the page, and when one cut into white, leaves a trail of blood. No matter how narrow the stream, then I know I've found the real thing. The diamond, one of the priceless gems my pain produced. There, I said, is a memory worth keeping.
My name is Aramis Torres, and I'm going to be doing Awaking in New York by Maya Angelou. Curtains forcing their will against the wind. Children sleeping, exchanging dreams with Seraphim. The city drags itself awake on the subway straps, and I, an alarm, a rumor of war, lie stretching into dawn, unasked and unheeded.
My name is Raitassi Sharon, and I'm going to be reading American Sonnet for My Past and Future Assassin by Terrence Hayes. Inside me is a black-eyed animal. Inside me is a black-eyed animal, bracing in a small cage, as if a bird could grow without breaking its shell, as if the clatter of 1,000 blackbirds whipping in a storm could be held in a shell. Inside me is a huge black bull, bald small enough to fit inside the bead of a nipple ring. I mean to leave a record of my rapture. I was raised by a beautiful man. I loved his grasp of time. My mother shaped my grasp of space. Line. Would you rather spend the rest of eternity with your wild wings bewildering? Would you rather spend the rest of eternity with your wild wings bewildering a cage, or with your 4 good feet stuck in a plot of dirt?
My name is Jasmine Linnell Pratt. I'm reading Across the Bay by Donald Davy. The queer thing about those waters, there is no birds there, or hardly any. I did not miss them. I do not remember missing them, or thinking it uncanny. The beach so called was a blinding splinter of limestone, a quarry outraged by holes. We took pleasure in that. The emptiness, the hardness of the light, the water's stillness. But this was one of the settings of one of our murderous scenes. This hurt and goes on hurting. The venomous soft jelly, the undersides, could stand the world if it were hard all over.
My name is Lillian Hughes, and I will be performing Blackberry Picking by Seamus Haney for Philip Hobsbawm. Late August, given heavy rain and sun, for a full week the blackberries would ripen. At first, just one, a glossy purple clot, among others, red, green, and hard as a knot. You ate that first one, and its flesh was sweet like thickened wine. Summer's blood was in it, leaving stains upon the tongue and a lust for picking. Then red ones inked up, and that hunger sent us out with milk cans, pea tins, and jam pots, where briars scratched and wet grass bleached our boots, round hayfields, cornfields, and potato drills. We trekked and picked until the tinkling bottoms had been covered, with green ones on top, with green ones, and on top, black clots burned like a plate of eyes. Our hands peppered with thorn pricks, and our palms sticky as bluebeards. We hoarded the berries in the byre, but when the bath was full, we found a fur, a gray fungus glutting on our cache. The juice was stinking too. Once off the bush, the fruit fermented. The sweet flesh would turn sour. I always felt like crying. It wasn't fair that all the lovely canfuls smelt of rot. I always hoped they'd keep, knew they would not.
My name is Elijah Greenberg, and this is Altered After Too Many Years Under the Mask by C.A. Conrad. I feel you judging me for becoming agoraphobic in someone else's house. I forget how I learned to stroll through grocery stores as though there's no crisis. My elbow cannot touch the middle of my back. My fingers, though, have found every part of me. Soon, no migration of wild animals will be unknown to humans. We will chart, film, record, publish, archive, everything. It gives us something to do while we annihilate beauty. Poets shoveling at a quarry that is really an ongoing crime scene investigation, a study in vomit imitating vast chronicles of the face. Whatever world we can hold, we will never agree our neglect was worth it. Whatever crazy we can imagine coming at us, double it. I found the perfect listening chair. Nothing but listeners who sit. I'm sitting in it now, listening to my friend the photographer, whose self-portrait I find reflected in eyes of her every photo. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Annabella Giacomo, and I'll be reciting When You're Old by William Butler Yeats. When you're old and gray and full asleep, and nodding by the fire, take down this book and slowly read and dream of the soft look your eyes had once and of their shadows deep. And when... Sorry. How many loved your beauty of love false or true, but one man loved the pilgrim soul in you, and loved the sorrows of your changing face. And bending down beside the glowing gates, murmured a little softly how love fled, and paced upon the mountains overhead, and hid his face amid a crowd of stars.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Craigs, and I will be reciting The Echoing Green by William Blake. The sun does arise and make happy the skies. The merry bells ring to welcome the spring. The skylark and thrush, the birds of the brush, sing louder around to the bell's cheerful sound, while sport shall be seen on the echoing green. Old John with white hair does laugh away care, sitting under the oak among the old folk. They laugh at our play, and soon they shall say, such were the joys when we all girls and boys in our youth time were seen on the echoing green. Till the little ones weary, no more can be merry. The sun does ascend, and sport has to end. Round laps of their mothers, many sisters and brothers, like birds in their nests, are ready for rest, and no sport to be seen on the darkening green. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Paloma Savignon, and I will be reciting Meeting at Night by Robert Browning. The gray sea and the long black land and the yellow half-moon, large and low, and the startled little waves that leap in fiery ringlets from their sleep, as I gain the cove with pushing prow and quench its speed, I the slushy sand. Then a mile of warm, sea-scented beach, 3 fields to cross till a farm appears, a tap at the pane, a quick sharp scratch, and the blue spurt of a lighted match. Then the voices loud through its joys and fears, and 2 hearts beating each to each. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Keely Tui, and I will be reciting Listening in Deep Space by Diane Fiel. We've always been looking out for answers, telling stories about ourselves, searching for connection, choosing to send out Stravinsky and whale song, which, in translation, might very well be our undoing instead of a welcome. We launched satellites, probes, telescopes, unfolding like origami, navigating geomagnetic storms, major disruptions. Rovers with spirit and perseverance, mapping the unknown. We listened through large arrays adjusted eagerly to hear the news that we are not alone. Considering the history at home, in houses, across continents, oceans, even in quests armed with good intentions, what one seeker has done to another, what will we do when we find each other? Thank you.
My name is Raquel Tenney, and I'm gonna say the Siren Song by Margaret Atwood. This is a song that everyone would like to learn, the song that is irresistible, the song that forces men to leap overboard in squadrons even though they see the beached skulls, the song that nobody knows because who has heard it is dead and the others can't remember. Should I tell you the secret, and if I do, will you get me out of this bird suit? I don't enjoy it here. Squatting on this island, looking at pictures and mythicals with these two feathery maniacs. Singing, I don't enjoy singing this trio, so fatal and valuable. Should I tell you the secret? And if I do, will you keep it? This song is a cry for help. Help me, only you can. You are unique. At last, this is a boring song, but it works every time.
Hello, my name is Stephanie Ortiz, and I am going to be performing In Heaven by Stephen Crane. In heaven, some little blades of grass stood before God. And what did you do? Then all save one of the little blades began eagerly to relate the mirrors of their lives. This one stayed a small way behind ashamed. And presently God said, and what did you do? Oh my Lord, memory is bitter to me, for if I did good deeds, I know not of them. Then God in all his splendors arose from his throne. Oh, best little blade of grass, he said.
I'm Isaiah Diaz. I'm going to be reciting Holding Court by Jacob Sands. All right. Today I became king of the court without a diamond-encrusted crown thrust upon my sweaty head. Instead, my marks of royalty were the t-shirt draped my body like a robe soaked in champagne and the pain in my right knee. A sign of a battle endured, my will tested and bested by none as the ball flew off my hands as swift as an arrow towards the heart of a target. My fingers ringless yet feeling like gold.
Hi, I'm Leah DeRusso, and I will be reciting the poem To Have Without Holding by Marge Piercy. Learning to love differently is hard. Love with the hands wide open. Love with the doors banging on their hinges. The cupboard unlocked. The wind roaring and whimpering in the room. Oh my God. So fast. The wind roaring and whimpering in the rooms, rustling the sheets and snapping the blinds, that thwack like a rubber band in an open palm. It hurts to love wide open, stretching the muscles that feel as if they were made of wet plaster, then of blunt knives, then of sharp knives. It hurts to thwart the reflexes of grab, of clutch, to love and let go again and again. It pesters to remember the lover who is not in the bed. To hold what is owed to the work that gutters like a candle in a cave without air. To love consciously, conscientiously, constructively, concretely. I can't do it, you say, and it's killing me, but you thrive. You glow on the street like a neon raspberry. A helium balloon, bright bachelor's button blue, and bobbing on the warm and cold winds of our breath as we make and unmake in passionate distoil and sustoil the rhythm of our unbound bonding. To have and not to hold, to love with minimized malice, hunger, and anger, moment by moment balanced.
My name is Henry Hawksley, and I will be doing Cartoon Physics Part 1 by Nick Flynn. Children under, say, 10 shouldn't know that the universe is ever expanding, inexorably pushing into the vacuum of space, galaxies swallowed by galaxies, whole solar systems collapsing. At 10, we are still learning the rules of cartoon animation, that if a man draws a door on a rock, only he can pass through it. Anyone else who tries will crash into the rock. That 10-year-olds should stick with burning houses, tangible arenas where they can be heroes. Oh my God. Where they can be heroes. You can run back into a burning house. Sinking ships have lifeboats. Oh my God. A child places their hand on a roof of a bus and drives it across a city of sand. She will know the exact place that it will skid and that where it would give. She will know that who will be saved and who will be dragged down by sharks. She will learn that if a man runs off the edge of a cliff, he will not fall until he knows his mistake.
Hi, I'm Riverine Dubner, and the title of my poem is Echo by Daryl Hyde. Echo that loved, hid within a wood, would to herself rehearse her weary woe. Oh, she cried, and all the rest unsaid, identical, came back in sorry echo. Echo, for the fix that she was in, invisible, distraught by mocking passion, passionate, ignored, as good as dumb, employed that oh, unchanged in repetition. Shun love if you suspect that he shuns you. Use with him no reproaches whatsoever. Ever you knew, supposing him to know, no melody from which you might recover. Cover your ears, dear echo, do not hear. Here is no supplication but your own. Only your sighs return upon the air, ere their music from the mouth be gone. Thank you.
Hi. Whoa. Hi, I'm Celine Rodriguez, and I'm doing the poem Another One of the World's Liars by Marija Kef. I am just another one of the world's liars, believe me. I have a few charms, worn out peddlers' trinkets with grand names, like beauty, friendship, truth, passion. And this one's a real item. Sometimes I even buy it myself. Love. Check my record. Odds are not in your favor that I won't sell out my goods. Bolt by night, deny you 3 times. Before the cock has crowed, consider this fair warning. Never fall for my spiel. If you do and end up with a huge bill, for the amount of time, no. End up with a huge bill. Can I look at my phone? Is that fine? For damage done? For damage done, never forgive me.
My name is Kari, and I'll be reading Black Matters by Keith S. Wilson. So, yeah. Shall I tell you, then, that we exist? There came a light, blue and white, careering, the police like wailing angels, too bitter to me. And so this dark matter is hypocritical. I know it cannot be seen. In the gunpowder of a flower, and a worm that risens of the concrete, and a man that wills himself not to speak. Gags, oh gags, for a shadow cannot breathe. It deprives them of nothing, pride, is born in the black and then dies in it. I hear a shadow, low treble of clasping over hands. Dark matter is invisible. We in fear at how light blends around a black body, and still you do not see black halos even here. My having told you plainly where they are here.
Hi, my name's Colin, and I'll be reciting The Arrow in the Song by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. I shot an arrow into the air. It fell to earth, I knew not where, for so swiftly it flew in sight, I could not follow in its flight. I breathed the song into the air. It fell to earth, I knew not where, for who has sight so keen and strong that it can follow the flight of song. Long, long afterwards, in an oak, I found the arrow still unbroke, and whose song from beginning to end is found again in the heart of a friend.
Hi, my name's Elena Dunson, and I will be reciting I Too by Langston Hughes. I too sing America. I am the darker brother. They send me to the kitchen to eat when company comes. But I laugh, and I eat well, and I grow strong. Tomorrow, I'll be at the table when company comes, and nobody will dare say to me, eat in the kitchen then. Besides, they'll see how beautiful I am and be ashamed. I, too, am America.
My name is Rowan Camarano, and I'll be reciting Invisible Children by Mariana Llanos. Invisible children fall through cracks in the system like Alice in the rabbit hole. But these children won't find an eat me cake or a drink me bottle. They won't wake up on the lap of a loving sister. They'll open their eyes in the hands of a monster called negligence, who will poke them with its sharp teeth and bait them with its heartless laughter, like a wild thing in a wild rumpus. But these children won't wake to the smell of a warm supper, nor will they find a purple crayon to draw an escape door or window. Instead, they'll make a mirror of a murky puddle on the city street, which won't tell them they're beautiful, but it'll show their scars, as invisible to others as these children are.
I'm doing Toy Boat by Ocean Vuong for Tamia Rice. Yellow plastic, black sea, ice-shaped shard on a darkened map, no shores to arrive or depart, no wind, but this waiting which moves you, as if the seconds could be entered and never left. Toy boat, oarless each wave, green lamp outlasted, toy boat, toy leaf drops from a toy tree, waiting as if the sparrows thing above you are not already pierced by their own names. Thank you.
Hello, namaste everyone. It's Ms. Srishti Parazuli, and today I'm reciting my poem, Filter by Suma Subramaniam. I come from a country so far away that you may have visited only in your dreams. My face does not bear the pale color of my palms. I don't speak a language at home. I don't even sound like you. If you come to my house, you'll see my family. My mother in a sari, my father wearing a secretary around his body, and me eating a plate of spicy biryani instead of a pizza or a burger at the dinner table. If you, for a moment, say your filter, you'll also see my pockets filled with Tootsie Rolls waiting to be shared with you. Thank you.
Hello, my name's Camila, and I will be reciting Our Love on the Other Side of This Border by Anaís de Almarquez. Maybe I would have seen you trip over the steps in the patio in between classes. We would have met in the soccer field covered in mud, and you would have asked my name. That crooked smile spreading from your eyes to your mouth. Maybe I would have laughed. Maybe we would have had a nieve in the plaza, and you would have held my hand after folklorico or a fandango, where I was learning to dance faster than my adrenaline. Maybe you would have given me a bouquet of mango con chile y limón, or elote con queso, and we would gone all the way Cohetes Golf in this pueblo. And we walked the feria at night, wrapped in a blanket, drinking atole. Maybe you would have fought over the meaning of God. Maybe that danzón after drinking the toritos would have made me cry. Maybe it would have broken your heart over a plate of tamales and ponche. Or maybe you would have cut me out with a joke. But maybe this land would have been large enough for our hearts to grow. The sun will feel different in our skin, and the mercados with the viejitas will give a calmer pace to our lives. Maybe our cuts would have been different here, with enough medicina to move the salt water. Maybe our roots will allow our bones to be enough. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Owen DeVoe, and this is Football by Lewis Jenkins. I take the snap from the center, fake to the right, fade back. I've got protection. I've got a receiver open downfield. What the hell is this? This isn't a football, it's a shoe. A man's brown leather Oxford, a cousin to a football maybe. A thing, the same skin, but not the same. A thing made for the earth, not the air. I realize that this is a world where anything is possible, and I understand also that one often has to make do with what one has. For instance, I have eaten pancakes with the clear corn syrup on them because there was no maple syrup, and they weren't very good. Well, anyways, this is different. One has certain responsibilities. One has to make choices. This isn't right. I'm not going to throw it.
My name is Savi Hizwar. I will be reciting the poem Courage by Anne Sexton. It is in the small things we see it, the child's first step as awesome as an earthquake, the first time you rode a bike, wallowing up the sidewalk, the first spanking when your heart went on a journey all alone, when they called you crybaby or poor or fatty or crazy, and made you into an alien, you drank their acid and concealed it. Later, if you faced the death of bombs and bullets, you did not do it with a banner. You did it with only a hat to convert your heart. You did not fondle the weakness inside you, though it was there. Your courage was a small coal that you kept swallowing. If your buddy saved you and died himself in doing, then his courage was not courage. It was love as simple as shaving soap. Later, if you have endured a great despair, then you did it alone. Getting a transfusion from the fire, picking the scabs off your heart, then wringing it out like a sock. Next, my kinsman, you powered your sorrow. You gave it a back rub, and then you covered it with a blanket. And after it had slept a while, it woke to the wings of the roses and was transformed. Later, when you faced old age and its natural conclusions, your courage will still be shown in the little ways. Each spring will be a sword you'll sharpen. Those you love will live in a fever of love. And you'll bargain with the calendar, and at the last moment, when death opens the back door, you'll put on your carpet slippers and stride out.
Hi, I'm Elena, and I'll be reciting If We Must Die by Claude McKay. If we must die, let it not be like hogs, hunted and penned in an inglorious spot, while round us bark the mad and hungry dogs, making their mock at our accursed lot. If we must die, let us humbly die, so that our precious blood may not be shed in vain, and that even the monsters we defy shall be constrained to honor us through dead. O kinsmen, we must meet the common foe. Though far outnumbered, let us show us brave, and for their 1,000 blows deal one death blow. What though before us lies the open grave? Like men, we'll face the murderous, cowardly pack, pressed to the wall, dying but fighting back.
Hi, I'm Lila, and today I'll be presenting Cartoon Physics Part 1 by Nick Flynn. Children under, say, 10 shouldn't know that the universe is ever expanding, inexorably pushing into the vacuum. Galaxies followed by galaxies, whole solar systems collapsing, all of it done in silence. At 10, we are still learning the rules of cartoon animation. That if a man draws a door on a rock, only he can pass through that rock. Anyone else who tries will crash into the rock. 10-year-olds should stick with burning houses, car wrecks, ships going down, earthbound tangible disasters, arenas where they can be heroes. You can run back into a burning house. Sinking ships will have lifeboats. The trucks will come with their ladders. If you jump, you will be saved. A child places her hand on the rooftop of a school bus and drives across the city of sand. She knows the exact spot it will skid, at which point the bridge will give, who will swim to safety, and who will be pulled under by sharks. She will learn that if a man runs off the edge of a cliff, he will not fall until he learns his mistake.
Hi, my name's Victoria, and I'll be reciting the poem The Obligation to Be Happy by Linda Paston. It is more onerous than the rights of beauty or housework, harder than love, but you expect it of me casually, the way you expect the sun to come up, not in spite of the rain or clouds. And so I smile, as if my own fidelity to sadness were a hidden vice. That downward tug on my mouth, my old suspicion that health and love are brief irrelevancies, no more than laughter in the warm, dark string of that dawn. Happiness, I try to hoist it on my narrow shoulders again. A knapsack heavy with gold coins. I stumble around the house, bump into things only Midas himself would understand.
Hi, I'm Eliza Bunchu. I will be reciting Invisible Children by Mariana Llanos. Invisible children fall through the cracks in the system like Alice in the rabbit hole. But these children won't find an eat me cake or a drink me bottle. They won't wake up on the lap of a loving sister. They'll open their eyes on the hand of a monster called negligence, who will poke them with its sharp teeth and bait them with its heartless laughter, like a wild thing in a wild rumpus. But the children won't awake to the smell of a warm supper, nor will they find a purple crayon to draw an escape door or window. Instead, they'll make a mirror of a murky puddle on a city street, which won't tell them they're beautiful, but show their scars, as invisible to others as these children are.
My name is Chloe Egan, and the title of my poem is On the Death of Anne Bront by Charlotte Bront. There's little joy in life for me, and little terror in the grave. I've lived the parting hour to see of one I would have died to say. Calmly to watch the failing breath, which in each sigh might be the last, longing to see the shade of death o'er those beloved features cast. The cloud, the stillness, that must part the darling of my life from me, and then to thank God for my heart, to thank him well and fervently. Although I knew we had just lost the hope and glory of our life, and now, benighted, tempest-tossed, must bear alone the weary strife.
I'm Sam Crowley, and I'll be reciting Siren Song by Margaret Atwood. This is the one song that everyone would like to learn, the song that is irresistible, the song that forces men to leap overboard in squadrons even though they see the beach skulls, the song that nobody knows because anyone who has heard it is dead and the others can't remember. Shall I tell you the secret? And if I do, will you get me out of this birdsuit? I don't enjoy it here, squatting on this island looking picturesque and mythical with these two feathery maniacs. I don't enjoy singing this trio fatal and valuable. I will tell the secret to you, only to you. Come closer. This song is a cry for help. Help me, only you can. You are unique at last. Alas, it is a boring song, but it works every time.
I'll be performing with Reed Buckler.
And I'm performing with Connor Catabriga.
We're doing The Tide Rises.
The Tide Falls.
By Henry Wadsworth.
Longfellow.
The tide rises.
The tide falls.
The twilight darkens, the curlews call.
Along the sea sands, damp and brown, the traveler hastens toward the town.
And the tide rises.
The tide falls.
Darkness settles on the roofs and walls, but the sea in the darkness calls.
The little waves with their soft white hands efface the footprints in the sands.
And the tide rises.
The tide falls.
Morning breaks the steeds in their stalls, stamp and neigh as the holster calls.
The day returns, but nevermore returns the traveler to the shore.
And the tide rises.
The tide falls.
My name is James Ciccolone. My poem is Prayer for My Father by Robert Bly. Your head is still, restless, rolling east and west. That body of you insisting on living is the old hawk for whom the world darkens. If I am not with you when you die, that is just. It is all right. That part of you cleaned my bones more than once. But I will find you again in the young hawk whom I see inside both you and me. And he will guide you to the Lord of Night, who will give you the tenderness you wanted here.
My name is Eddie White. My poem is about standing in kinship by Kimberly Blazer. We all have the same little bones in our feet, 26 with funny little names like navicular. Together they build something strong. Our foot arch, a pyramid holding us up. The bones don't get cast when they break. We tape them, one phalange to its neighbor for support. Other things like sorrow work this way too. Find healing in the leaning, the closeness. Our feet have 1/4 of all the bones in our bodies. Maybe we should give more honor to feet and to all the tiny but blessed cogs of the world. Communities, the forgotten architecture of friendship.
My name is Mia Oberlander, and I will be reciting Cathedral of Salt by Nick Flynn. Beneath all this, I'm carving a cathedral of salt. I keep the entrance hidden. No one seems to notice the hours I'm missing. I'll bring you one night. It's where I go when I hang up the phone. Neither you nor your soul is waiting for me at the end of this, I know that. The salt is nearly clear after I chisel out the pews, the see-through altar, the opaque panes of glass that depict the stations of our cross. Here is the day we met. Here is the day we remember we met. The air down here will kill us, some say. Some wear paper masks. Some still imagine the air above the green trees thick with bees building solitary nests out of petals. What's the name for this? Ineffable? The endless white will blind us, some say, but what is there to see that we haven't already seen? Some say it's like poking a stick into a river. You might as well write about the stick. Or the river. Thank you.
I'm Sloan Contrino, and my poem is called The First Boat, Vote by Camilla Aisha Moon. It was hers. She had this choice. Behind curtain bliss, Dad's chest full on the other side, as her tapered hand pulled the lever. No matter how wide the final margin, a lone ballot never counted so much.
Hi, my name is Audrey Kirkshank, and I will be reciting Mighty Long Way by Carolyn Marie Rogers. I wrote of dawn as the new beginning on earth. Tonight, we see the dawn as we never have before. The light that shines and leads our paths is now more real than it has ever been. Our shared blood, our mutual love. This land, this soil, these ties and bonds have finally come together to form the nation knot. We've come this way through sojourners and truths, through martyrs and other mighty pathfinders. Oh, what a mighty long way we have come, a mighty, mighty long way.
My name is Mayara. The poem I'm reciting is Before the Birth of One of Her Children by Anne Bradstreet. Oh. Do I have to say everything? No. All things within this fitting world have end. Adversity doth still our joys attend. No ties so strong, no friends so dear and sweet, but with death's spreading blow is sure to meet. The sentence passed is most irrevocable, a common thing, yet oh, inevitable. How soon, my dear, death, may my steps attend? How soon may be thy lot to lose thy friend? We're both ignorant, yet love bids me these farewell lines to recommend to thee, that when thy knots untie, the midst one, I missing thine will affect them none. And if I see no half my days that's due, what nature would God grant to yours and you? The many thoughts that well you know I have, let be interred in my oblivious grave. If any word for virtue were in me, let it live freshly in thy memory. And when thou feelst no grief as I no harms, yet love thy dead alone lay in thine arms. And when thy loss shall be repaid with gains, look to my little babes, my dear remains. And if thy loss shall be
And if thou lovest thyself, or lovest me, these will protect from stepdame's injury. And if chance to thine eyes shall bring this verse, with some such sighs, honor my absent hearse. And kiss this paper for thy love's dear sake, who with salt tears this last farewell did take.